Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'll be sharing my favorite tomato stew recipe. Please relax and keep on watching. I'll be making a very big pot of tomato stew. So in this bowl I have about 10 bell peppers, habanero peppers and some onion. Here I have some fresh tomato paste. This is homemade fresh tomato paste. I made it myself. I'm going to link the video to how I made the tomato paste. Please watch it out. Next we have some vegetables. So guys, to make this very authentic, I'm gonna be adding some fresh basil. If you are in Nigeria, feel free to use curry leaves. Okay, I love the scent of this in my tomato stew. I'm also gonna be adding some fresh thyme from my garden, and I also add some fresh rosemary leaves. Feel free to use the dry ones if you don't have the fresh rosemary and thyme. Okay, then back to the kitchen. I'm going to go ahead and pick these vegetables, wash them, cut them and set them aside ready for use. Next, we are going to blend the bell peppers with the onion and habanero pepper. So when you blend yours, please follow the step that I'm about to show you now. Okay, this is very important and you will thank me later. Okay, so when you blend this, transfer into a strainer or a sieve so that the excess juice can drain out. We are going to use that juice in this recipe. I also added some garlic and some ginger for extra flavor, and I went ahead and blend everything together again, and I transferred again into my strainer. I'm going to set this aside so that it can continue draining the juice. We need the juice to make this stew, and always do this whenever you're using bell peppers. Even if you're using it for jollof rice, just drain out the juice and use the juice in your jollof rice or in your soup. Next, we are going to prep the protein. I have some turkey wings already cleaned. I transferred into a big pot, added some chopped onions, added some fresh rosemary and some thyme. I added some Knorr seasoning powder. I added some curry powder. So feel free to season according to your choice. I also added some nutmeg for extra flavor. I mixed everything together. Now we are going to transfer this to the stove top and let it start cooking. Now back to the juice from the bell peppers. We are going to use this juice to boil our meat. Instead of adding ordinary water to the meat, I'm going to use this bell pepper juice to boil this turkey, and it's going to add a very good flavor to this whole recipe. Always use this method whenever you are using bell pepper. Save the juice and use the juice in your recipe. Now you're going to cover the pot and let it cook. This was after about 20 to 25 minutes and it is soft at this time. So just boil to your desired tenderness and transfer into a strainer, and then we'll move on to the next step. Feel free to use any type of protein, any type of meat in this recipe. You can use chicken, you can use beef, you can use goat meat, you can use fish. Just feel free to use whatever type of meat that you prefer. So after transferring this into the strainer, I'm going to save the stock for later. We're going to use it later. Okay, then I'm going to air fry this meat. I prefer using an air fryer because I love the crispiness, I love the color that it gives it, but feel free to either bake or fry yours. Now into a big pot, pour in some vegetable oil or any oil of your choice. Let the oil heat up, then add some chopped onion, add rosemary and thyme if you have. If you don't have, just add the dried ones for extra flavor. You want to flavor this oil. I also added some curry powder, and then I added the bell pepper onion mixture after it has drained the excess juice in it. So this is what it looks like. So I poured it in first. I'm going to fry it for like 1 to 2 minutes. Then I'll introduce the fresh tomato paste as well. Then I'm going to keep frying this for about 15 to 20 minutes. When you are frying tomato stew, it is better to use a non-stick pot because it will make the tomato not to get burnt. and you also have to keep turning and turning and turning. If you leave it and go away, it's going to stick to the bottom and it is going to get burned. So even if you close the pot at intervals, make sure you come back every 3 to 5 minutes to stir it around. You're going to keep frying until the oil seal at the top. Then I also seasoned more with Knorr seasoning powder, and for you to know that this is properly fried, you're going to see the oil seal at the top and the oil will look more transparent. If you don't fry your tomato stew perfectly, it is going to be sour. It is going to have a tart taste. It's going to have that lemon taste to it. But if you fry it properly, then those tastes will disappear and you have your perfect tomato stew. So this was after 20 to 25 minutes of continuous turning and frying. Now I'm going to introduce the fresh basil. If you have curry, you can also add it at this time. This may look like a lot, but it is not. Okay, after frying and frying, it's going to all wilt and you see less of it. I love the taste of basil in my stew, and it also makes the stew smell so good. So now we are going to add the meat stock and mix everything and let it boil for about 10 minutes. Finally, we're going to introduce the turkey into the stew. We're going to cook them together for like 5 minutes, and this is to let the flavor from the stew to mix with the one from the turkey, and that way you will have the perfect taste. Guys, you can enjoy this with your white rice, with boiled yam, boiled plantain, boiled potatoes. You can also eat this with bread, guys. There are so many ways you can enjoy your stew. At this point, I'm going to portion them out in my freezer containers and freeze them, and it's gonna last us for months. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, share, and watch my other videos on this channel. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in my next one.